For example, as as a as an executive, probably my result that I want to get from this team is basically revenue. Is that it's very simple, right? How much revenue that guest squad can generate, basically. That is pretty simple. If you can achieve it, then it's good. If no, then we will analyze it. But there are second things that we call efficiency or effectiveness, basically, on how actually you achieve that revenue goal. Uh, are you requiring a lot of energy and wasting a lot of time, or are you actually working efficiently? So
Good question.
that,
Okay.
yeah, that is a KPI. So I put a simple description there for the discussion. Basically, what is KPI? KPI is an indicator that tells us how effective our work is, and the SLA is the result that we promise to deliver to client. This is not only the client of the squad, also the client of your chapter as well.
Mm,
Let's take a look at an example like awareness, for example. In this case, Gani, right? I'm going to put Gani in the spotlight as an example, but this is very easy to understand. One, okay, thank you. That's Gani in the spotlight, right? Okay. Uh, Usually, we take a look at what the usual marketing metrics that we usually measure, right? Like there's a view, visits, conversion, engagement, comments, things like that, probably, and conversion into inquiry. But we haven't connect this into the revenue. How is
mm.
an Airbnb view relates to uh, revenue?
Good
Is that
question. How is it related to revenue?
right? We don't know right now.
Mhm. We
Is
don't.
that is view important or
Mhm.
not? We don't know. Do we want to have more views or less views? We don't know because we don't have the context. Because
Right.
our goal is revenue.
Okay.
So I think what we need to add here is the uh, pembanding. It's comparison, basically. Atau apa
Yes.
sih namanya? Yeah, the
Mhm.
comparison to the revenue, basically. Gani reported that the Airbnb page view is achieved 108,000 views, right? Okay, so how can Gani, with this much view, can Gani deliver an SLA to his client, which is conversion
Right.
chapter? What is conversion chapter needed from Gani in order to deliver real revenue at the end of the day?
Understood. Understood. Okay.
Okay, so at this point, we know that the conversion chapter, let's say it's Nadine and her team requires an opportunity, a lead. Usually in marketing, it's called lead, right?
Mhm.
Something that can be converted into real revenue.
Right.
So Nadine will need a revenue opportunity from Gani. Nadine will not need number of views, will not need number of clicks. Nadine wants something that can be converted into revenue.
Correct.
Okay, so uh, in at this stage now we know that uh, the service level agreement or the service that Gani can probably deliver to Nadine, and
Mhm.
more important, is probably a revenue potential. It's no
Ah.
longer, yeah, and no longer
Let's
a
let's
click.
put Gray under the spotlight. This is usually Gray's specialty, so Gray goes in the
Okay,
spotlight now. Okay. All right.
okay, great. Okay, that's it. I see gray now. Okay, now gray needs something to be converted, and gray, you need to ask, can you generate your own revenue potential, or you actually need Gani to generate it from you? In this case, your server is awareness chapter, right? Okay, so you need to ask Gani, hey Gani, I need to achieve this much conversion. What is the this much, the number of this much? Ara just presented today at the all hands, right? Does anyone remember how much we need to generate this week?
Oh,
Gray, how much you need to convert this week, Gray?
I'm pretty sure it's 16.
16
16,000.
16,000. That's
Yep.
very good. That's very close.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's great. You usually you can convert that much, right? 16,000, because Ara, I think, just told us that we have achieved that last week, right? Okay. And that 16,000, do you think that's a 100% conversion from all the
Nope.
potential? No.
Nope.
Okay. It means that Gani's target, Gani's SLA to you, probably not 16,000, right? Because you cannot convert 100% of them, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
So, okay. Now we don't have the number for Gani yet. What is Gani's SLA now in awareness? How much revenue potential that Gani need to deliver to you in order for you to at least convert 16,000 again? Okay. Okay. Now, question to Gray. How much of oh, what is your conversion rate to generate this 16,000 US dollar?
So it will be in revenue, Kak Bayu. It will be in
Yes,
numbers, right?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
in revenue.
I actually, I'm pretty sure Kak Ara also explained that we now apply weekly revenue for conversion, right? I actually counted it from Kak Ara one from all hands, which is 16. So I actually divided by 2. So in my head, well, logically, so I split by 2. So one is from awareness, so it's from Instant Book, and one is from us, which is conversion. So from Instant Book, we probably can generate around 8,000, and from us is also around 8,000, and then we split it into like teams. But if you think it's still incorrect, you can also input it, like give input.
Okay, actually, we just got some input here, just some information. Gani say that conversion on Airbnb is around 20%, and VD Instant Book around, yeah. I think
Yep.
that's pretty good, right?
Yep.
80 and 20. Okay, so if you can generate 16,000 at 20% conversion rate, so it means that you're one fifth of the potential, right? It means that the revenue potential that awareness need to generate. Okay, how much? Okay, let's ask Gani, or anyone actually can answer this.
Yeah, let's ask VD.
Yeah, really.
Who's good
Okay.
at math?
Okay,
Gani,
so
Gani is
if Gray can generate 16,000 at 20,000 at 20% performance, then how much Gani need to generate in revenue potential? Really, what
Gray
should we
generates
ask Gani to do?
16,000.
Eh?
Gray generates 16,000 at 20% performance.
Yeah.
That would be around 64,000 then, right?
no,
64,
Gunny
yeah.
got it.
80.
Gunny's
16,
correct.
16 kali 5 ya. 80,000, right?
16,000 divided by 2 might like multiply by 4 because 20%
Multiply by
and
5.
80%.
20, not
20% and 80%, it's 1 by 4. So if Gray can generate 16,000, you multiply by 4 to generate Gani's performance.
No. Okay, I think Gani is right on this. So
Okay.
basically the only from the inquiry conversion, our performance is 20%, right? And 20% is generating 16,000 basically. So to generate 100%, basically we need 16,000 times 5, right? So that would be Gani's SLA for that, at least end that in this scope for inquiry. So Gani, now you have the number, right? Okay, please take a note of that, and we will use that number later when we are doing sub discussion on this. So this is now this is just an illustration of transaction between two chapters now, between awareness and conversion, and we want to have this kind of relationship in SLA basically between each chapter. That's still one part. Let's say that's the left part. We still need to think about the right part, which is the quality, which we have talked about. The quality we call a KPI, right? And the KPI is how good are Gani and Gray at doing their work to deliver that number in terms of revenue. That we can talk about that here or not, basically. Why? Because if you can, basically, if Gray is a client of Gani and Gani can deliver 80,000 revenue potential, that's okay. I don't care how Gani gets it, right? We can do that. But in squad level, we might want to dig deeper because we need to think about how many people working on that and how much time we need, and do we need to grow more or scale the target or not. Then we will talk about this KPI. Basically, could be the page view per person that's working on awareness and things like that. We can talk about
Understood.
that in the chapter level because
Understood.
that's what chapter are for, basically, to share skills, basically.
Excellent.
So, okay, this is Jing. This is basically the apa namanya, the trailer of what we want to have, basically the relationship between between each chapter and how we are going to see SLA and KPIs.
Excellent.
So what's important in the squad is whether you deliver something that benefit other party,
Right.
not the activity itself, not
Right.
how good are you doing things, but
Right.
actually whether you are really good and delivering result or not.
Right. Okay. Let's repackage this so that I'll re-explain back to Bayou what I think is going on here. Okay. So apparently, because we are shifting priorities right now to market expansion, our total amount of revenue is more important than each particular activity that we had before. So we need to trace back the pathway of revenue from the very end all the way to the top. So let's say how many checkouts we get, then into how many bookings we get, then into what is the total revenue opportunity. Each particular chapter then needs to identify a goal, an SLA based on that revenue opportunity. That is probably going to be higher at each stage above in the upper funnel because, of course, we expect conversion loss or conversion rates across each stage, right? And as a result of that, those are going to be the results that we examine within the squad meeting. And as a result of that, that goes back to our purpose, which is you should know if you are doing well, if the team is doing well, and therefore if the company is doing well, okay, based on that. Then in our breakout meetings, what I understand is then we can go into, let's say, the components that allow us to deliver a certain result. For example, in Gani's case, he has a certain amount of target revenue or target potential revenue he wants to deliver. Then he can break out into sub discussions with people from BI or from adoption or from tools about the total number of page views or the total number of whatever mechanics that he was using to estimate if he was actually getting that particular result delivered. But that kind of discussion about the internals, right? The views and everything, that doesn't really have any relationship to do in the general meeting because that is not a result that is going to be passed on to another chapter. That's just a result that's kind of like within his own group, right? So I would call that like scaffolding result and an actual deliverable result, right? Imagine you are going to buy some bread. Nobody needs to see your oven. Nobody needs to know what kind of temperature you cooked it at. If you are buying the bread, you just need to see a piece of bread delivered on the shelf at a certain time. But if the bread isn't delivered at a certain time, then let's go look at the oven. Then let's go look at like the temperature you baked it, you know, your yeast composition, your thing. Buddy, would that be a pretty good way to simplify essentially the idea that we're trying to get to here?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. I'm very pleased to hear this. And thank you, Buddy, for sharing this input. And also, thank you, Buddy, for engaging. This is exactly what we need. I know Buddy's a CTO, but this idea, actually, I would like it to come from anybody. Okay. So this is what we need to talk about at squad level. And this is how we know that we're making progress And this is how we put a bunch of different eyes together to innovate. Okay, great. So Bayu, let's try to kick it off. I'm going to go into unexplored territory this week because some of these changes, I assume, are already happened in Coda. So let's examine some of those changes, okay? I also want to do this, everybody. And Bayu, tell me if this is necessary or not, because I wasn't part of this pre-meeting arrangement, okay? Everyone, I know I'm taking over time, but I think this is okay today. Today, we're just going to take a little bit more time in the general meeting. And the reason is because we are updating our goals. Okay, so when we're updating our goals, please, if you haven't been following what we've been saying so far, let me just double check. Right? Please answer truthfully. If you understand what's happening right now, give me a thumbs up. If things are not very clear, give me a thumbs down so that I can read the room and understand what's going on. All right. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. If everyone understands, that's great. If you don't understand, I'll be happy to re-explain this at a later point. Okay, let's take a look at this. So, Bayu, we're going to go through the coda, and I assume that some of the SLAs have already been, or some of the different stages. Yeah, thank you for removing Gray from the spotlight. I'll put myself on the spotlight so that I am center stage right now. Okay. I assume that some of these stages have already been discussed between the funnel managers, ARA, and also the BI team. So we'll probably reach conclusions at this point. But I'd also like to review this, Bayu, and this is the question I'm going to ask you. Have we actually compared whether or not the plan we were said that we would execute last week has actually worked to improve SLAs that did not pass, or has that gone under discussion yet? Over to Bayu.
Okay. Currently, we don't have any full visibility on that.
Okay.
Partly because of there's no relationship between the actionable from last week to
Yeah.
the result that we have this week.
Okay. Okay, understood. Okay, let's go ahead and begin then. So everybody, remember, we're going to go through this meeting with the same objective, okay? So we've made 2 changes across 2 weeks, and I know this might be a little bit fast, even for me, but I think these are good, innovative changes that get us more on target in a faster way and allow us to go the direction we want to go to. Once again, let me reiterate, the point of having these meetings is so that you understand if you're making progress to your goals, you understand the squad is making progress to its goals, and you understand the company is making progress to its goals. Hold me and whoever else will be chairing in this meeting accountable to these particular goals. If we have not achieved them, then the meeting has not succeeded. Okay. With that in mind, give me a thumbs up if we're ready to begin. Give me a thumbs down if you want me to slow down on anything. Yeah? Okay, let's go ahead and begin. All right. I'm going to need some help, so I'll probably have to ask Ara. Ara, who's our secretary today?
Check the chairpersons, but I think you can appoint, sir, because
Okay.
the rotary of the chair itself is gonna be you, right? So you can.
Okay, I generally like it when Gani helps me being secretary. So Gani, let's have you step forward, Gani, and be our secretary if you'll be so kind. Okay, thank you. All right, Gani will be a secretary, and he'll share the screen. And let's go ahead and take a look at our business then, please. All right. In the meantime, while Gani is getting that ready, let's see. I'll ask Ara. Ara, have the SLAs been changed to the new SLAs that reflect our revenue goals, or are we still going to be looking at the old numbers and figures?
For today, we're going to still have the old numbers, but
Okay.
I think for specific awareness, Mas Bayu already put up the comments on how it should look like in the
Okay.
future. Just a brief one, but in general, still old one.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that update, and let's go ahead and examine what's going on. All right. So thank you. That discussion has already been finished. Let's go inside and see what is going on. So my first question, let's bring the awareness PIC, which I think is Gani actually in this particular case. Am I right? Gani, do you remember what your plan was from last week on any of the SLAs that had not been achieved? And tell us if that plan has worked.
The plan is basically to enhance the adoption by focus on details matter. Like
Okay.
last week we had issue for not being details matter, right?
Right.
Then we improve and I do double inspection,
Okay.
and that's basically increase a little bit the number of instant book SLA. So
Okay.
by doing more detail on
Ah,
its effect on increase on installed rate.
okay.
Not only 1%.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So what I understand is last week we had an issue with adoption. We adopted better, and as a result, we moved up the SLA a little bit, 1.9%. Still below what we were expecting, but higher than it was last week. Okay. Great. Is there anything that is not achieved that needs examination at this point, Gani?
Still same old story, which is used to inquiry conversion.
Okay,
Still,
got it. Now, if you were to narrow down this particular issue, do you think it's an inspection issue, an adoption issue, or what is it that needs to be rediscussed or replanned, or do we just keep with the current plan that we currently have?
I'm not really sure actually because we have
Inspection
this.
issue. Okay. Okay. All right. Gunny, please take your case to inspection later on, where a member of the BI team will take a look and see what is the case. Now, based on that analysis, you can either then go to adoption if it is an adoption issue again, right? And R will be in that group to re-examine. So, Gunny, just to double check, it's not an adoption issue anymore, right? We have good adoption. Okay. All right. So we can then probably bring it to BI for inspection. Okay. Let's see. Once again, I need everyone's feedback. So we have then essentially prioritized delegated BI to inspect on awareness to find out what could be an underlying cause for us not meeting the SLAs on this. If you agree with this decision, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any facts or any evidence to the contrary, give me a thumbs down so I can see if anybody sees anything different than the decision we've made so far. Okay. Okay. Once again, be candid. You might be the only person who sees a particular issue. If that is the case, then hopefully raise the issue. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you. So, Gunny, you already know where to go, and let's go to the next layer. So, Mr. Secretary, let's go to conversion. Conversion. Nadine, tell us what's going on in conversion.
Okay, hello, everyone. Please excuse me. This is some noises around here because I'm in the airport. So, for compared to the last week, actually, if you could see, all the stats is actually improving, and the general SLA. This is the conversion based on the total inquiry numbers. Yeah, the general SLA is also significantly improved. But
Nice.
still, there is one platform that is still have a zero conversions, and there is my report. If you can scroll down a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so we achieved the general SLA with a significant improvement for 19.15%,
Okay.
worth for 63 million.
Okay.
Actually, for the inquiry conversion with the sales, and then the revenue is still under my manual calculation. So please excuse me if this number is wrong. Please let me know. And then for the Airbnb it might be tricky, but for outside Airbnb it's worth for 36 million.
Okay.
And then this performance supported by good inspections routine and well tools adoption. So
Excellent.
that's why it's improved. And then the zero conversion platform handled by the least performing member. And
Okay.
yes, we need Chiha as a property partner list ASAP to help the conversion, answering the inquiry about that.
Okay.
So yeah,
got
that's
it.
pretty much my report, sir.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Nadine, and congratulations for the success that we've been seeing. Mr. Secretary, if we could scroll up a little bit, let's go ahead and examine some of the numbers there. I see that question over to Nadine. I understand recently that Airbnb has been growing. Are we still focusing much of our conversion on Facebook and Instagram, or are we distributing our resources equally across these top three platforms, or have we decided to deprioritize Facebook and Instagram by maybe removing or lowering the SLAs?
Yes, I'm starting to consider it, sir, actually,
Okay.
but I still need guidance from the squad lead
Okay.
as well to
All right.
actually
So let's
prioritize.
examine this then. Nadine, in this particular case, you're doing well. If you want to do even better, where should we spend resource? Should we spend it in inspection? Should we spend more on team adoption, or should we spend it in tools or guidelines?
For now, still in the inspection and adoption
I would
stage.
agree. I would agree. Okay, Nadine, I would also recommend that you break out with the BI team and perhaps Jessica to take a look at some of the numbers afterwards to see how we can improve what
Yes.
already is going correctly. And for those of you in conversion, this is a good sign. I'm happy to see that the numbers are working to our favor. All right, let's see. Nadine, do you need a adoption discussion for the person who is at 0 right now? Would that person be recommended to speak with team adoption and team management?
Sure, but she's giving up actually, so I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
whether it's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Seems like it won't be necessary then. All right. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nadine, for your report. Let's go on to the next stage. The next stage will be transformation. So let's go ahead and take a look down. All right. I see conversion, transformation. All right. Let's go to Mutia. Mutia, you're on the spotlight. Tell us what's good.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. Good afternoon, everyone. For the cancellation, we still achieve, but it's actually decreased, but it's pretty much high compared to last month because there is a gas cancel due to CHSE legalization. Actually, some of the gas cancel because of the gas travel plan issue as well. And for the gas extended rate is decreased compared to the first week of March. The extended rate is decreased due to availability of the room in Canggu mostly. And for the gas shorten rate is increased compared to the first week of March. But every certain gas, the gas want to shorten, we always decide to accept the shorten to discuss with the owner. Actually, I always make a phone call with the owner and find the win-win solution for owner and also the gas. And for the gas repeater is decreased compared to first week of March. There are many new gas repeater in this month. Some of them are the gas that want to extend still the same as last week, but there are no room available in the same property. So we offer another property and there is no room available as well, especially in Canggu.
All right. Muti, thank you for that, actually. Bayu, I just want to stop real quick. I realize I'm probably repeating the mistake that you just mentioned at the very beginning. We are asking each funnel manager to read the results. Could I just skip ahead to Vidi and Mutia's comments then in this particular case and just take a look at that instead?
Yes, I think so. I think video already give some feedback on the updates, and I think
Okay.
we can focus on that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So Vidi mentioned that this probably BI's assistant. Okay. Last week we identified an adoption issue. We need to check if that's actually resolved. Let's go over to Ara. Ara, does the plan that you gave to Mutia seem to have been implemented based on your plan last week?
Plan as in which specific part, sir?
I believe Mutia consulted you last week for an adoption plan, right? Because Vidia's reported that last week this wasn't achieved due to adoption. Do we know anything about whether or not that plan had worked out correctly or not? Oh, go Vidi. Okay, Vidi. To you,
I
sir.
think last week it went to inspection, but after the inspection, it is discovered that adoption is the issue.
Oh, I see. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Then in this particular case, Muti, yes, it wasn't to adoption, I think. Okay, understood. Muti, please break out over to our sub discussion, team management and adoption at the conclusion of the general meeting. Okay, where we'll examine this from a team management point of view. Okay, all set.
Thank you, Mr. Jing.
All right. Thank you, Muti, as well. If you agree with the analysis or the prioritization, please give me a thumbs up. If you have something else that is different than what we just done, please give me a thumbs down. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Let's continue that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's go next to Tendi. Tendi, let's take a look at your news then. Tendi, looks like nothing has been achieved. Okay. All three. And then do we have an analysis? Oh, wow. Okay. Everything is kind of underachieved. And Tendi, did you get the chance to actually go with BI to analyze this particular layer before the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And what did they recommend, Tendi?
Sorry, for discuss this?
Yeah, for advocacy.
Not yet, sir.
Okay.
But I had met Jessica for discuss about the next action plan.
Okay. So you will meet with BI to actually discuss about the issue. So it's an inspection issue, you think? Yeah.
Yeah, inspection.
Okay, all right. Tendi, do you recall what the plan was last week? And did the plan from last week work?
The plan for last week, we what's called try to make the loyalty membership actually. So for the guest repeater, so we can treat more guest repeater, like giving a level. I had discussed with Jessica, but that the plan is I already cleared the project card for that, and then still on develop sir for that.
Okay, understood. Okay, all right. Well noted. So for everybody here, Tendi will go to inspect with in BI again. Okay. Let me actually check how many BI people are actually here at the moment. If you're a BI person, could you raise your hand real quick? Okay, we got Jessica and we got Vidi. Okay, all right. Jessica, Vidi, do you guys want to divide into two BI sessions so that, because I see that there's quite a lot of inspection, right? Can, Vidi, let's go to you. Should you take care of awareness or Jessica take care of awareness? Where should we break out?
I'll take on awareness. Jessica has started the discussion with advocacy, right?
I see. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is this. Is there any, okay, nobody called for tools support today, so I suppose the tool people can take their leave right now. There doesn't seem to be any tool issues for this coming week. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to set up two breakout groups, okay? There's inspection by BI, and we'll call it VIDI, and then there's inspection by BI Jessica. Okay, so those are the breakout groups. I'm going to start the breakout sessions. Awareness, please go in the inspection room by BI, and for advocacy, please go in the breakout by Jessica, and transformation go into team management by Ara, and conversion. I guess conversion should go to which side, Vidi, you think? Is it to your side or Jessica's
Can
side?
conversion be like
Jessica's
sign
side.
up after Jessica, but after Jessica is done with advocacy?
Okay. All right. So conversion, you're second in line after advocacy because advocacy is far behind. Okay. All right. I'm going to start the breakout session. If you're part of tools or UI, I guess you're done. You can go about your regular schedule. For all the other expert groups and PICs, please break out accordingly. I'm going to start the breakout session now. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. Good stuff. Fun. Here's a good. Oh, okay. Advocacy first. Yeah. Tendi, go for it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, this one.
Yang apa sih namanya? Hai Mr. Jing. So Kara, apa
Hasilnya secara signifikan.
Betul. Dan juga kalau misalnya aku lihat kan, aku tadi ada komennya itu di bagian awareness. Apa tadi aku komen tuh? Soal progress coverage-nya itu udah berapa gitu kan. Karena kan setahu aku SPO itu 1 minggu 6 properti doang nggak sih? Yes? 1 minggu 6 properti. Makanya aku bilang mau cari, aku mikir tadi, belum tahu tuh. Tapi aku mikirnya kita harus track udah berapa yang jumlah properti yang udah di-optimize secara buat nge-improve use the listing. Karena it seems to work, but the progress because we only do like 6 properties per week. Ya berarti ya improvementnya nggak bisa sesignifikan itu gitu.
Yep. So,
Tapi guideline yang sekarang berarti working ya?
I think so. It's working.
Itu 10%. Terus third week itu naik gitu. Jadi the result itu mostly the result of the review conversion itu it's shown in the third and then fourth week gitu. But in the first and then second week itu mostly kayak masih small gitu. Mungkin how actually gimana caranya itu untuk kita lihat tuh. Apakah benar nggak ininya?
Okay, Tendi, maybe let's have a look at this one. Apa namanya? let's take a look from the quality first. Apa namanya? Terutama kalau misalnya reviewnya masih jelek, apakah kita masih butuh review banyak gitu? So
bisa reduce sih Kak.
Just cancellation.
Betul. So actually by doing that we can just like keeping engaged with the guest. So the guest if
To investigate kan juga yang kemarin di improve minggu lalu dari SPO itu inquiry nambah atau enggak kan? Contribute ke SLA ini atau enggak?
I see.
Itu ada di evaluate kan kemarin?
No visibility because it's on BI, Bella and Release. Lihatnya di mana ya? BI. No.
Itu strategi berarti. Strategi single property optimization.
Ya.
Ya, yang kita perlu inspect itu sebenarnya cuman berarti hasil yang dari SPO yang 6 itu setelah dikerjain kan, itu ada improvement ke dalam jumlah inquiry-nya.
Oke. SPO Maret.
Ada di kalender kan?
Penting justru bukan kapan bookingnya, tapi check-in dates-nya kapan. So I would prefer the one that you observe itu adalah.
Jadi mungkin kalau kenapa aku bilang adoption issue, because kita harus ngasih check-in instruction yang clear gitu. Kalau memang the partnernya itu nggak ada, misalnya nggak reliable di sana, mendingan self check-in.
Jadi ada PR-nya juga
sebenarnya. The key has on the door atau apa gitu.
Ya, ada PR-nya sebenarnya untuk guideline-nya. Apa namanya? Sebelum kita ngomongin adoption, mungkin kita udah adopt, tapi guideline-nya mungkin belum ada. Guideline untuk partner misalnya. Misalnya kita kan ngandelin untuk di online host untuk ngasih informasi. Tapi ngasih informasi ke siapa? Apakah ngasih informasi ke guest aja atau ngasih informasi ke on-site staff-nya juga? Gitu. Nah, udah ada belum gitu? Jadi problemnya adalah itu kan, problemnya kan tamunya udah dikasih tahu, tapi hostnya justru yang nggak dikasih tahu, on-site staff-nya.
Yep.
Oke, ini udah dibenerin belum?
Dari pelajaran yang kemarin from Putra Bari Villa, we had improved the guideline, Mas Bayu. We create the new guideline itu for the check-in instruction.
Oke. Tapi maksudnya kalau guideline yang baru ini diimplementasi, masalah yang kemarin itu udah nggak akan terulang lagi.
Yap, harusnya nggak terulang karena kita ngasih clear information both for the partner onsite sama kita gitu.
Oke, that's good. Jadi harusnya yang check-in rating minggu depan bakalan meningkat lagi. Oke, terus communication kenapa?
Communication ini sebenarnya
ada expected delay time nggak antara pengerjaan dan kelihatan inquiry improvement-nya berapa? Udah tahu belum ya marketing? Belum terlalu tahu ya. Oke, kalau gitu kita cek aja. Minggu lalu kan ada di listnya itu di displays, Villa Amazon, Armadillo Guest House. Di displays deh yang paling highest priority kemarin kan. Di displays. Right? Di displays dilakuinnya kapan?
Di displays.
Dari kartunya.
Dikerjainnya
kapan tuh?
Di displays KW mungkin
tanggal 3 Maret.
3 Maret ya.
3 Maret sama 8 Maret ada improve.
3 sama 8 Maret dua-duanya ada pekerjaan ya.
Yang pernah aku bilang itu yang online event. Itu Kak.
Online event which is yang bikin masak-masak workshop gitu-gitu.
Yang kemarin dilakuin untuk meningkatkan conversion itu kita nge-send thank you message sama review reminder itu actively sama aku juga inspect untuk di biggernya itu udah ke implement juga untuk guideline-nya dan yang ini. Jadi aku di Slack itu kan kita dapat nih we got a reminder gitu kan, review without review notification. Dia belum leave review since for this gitu. So I notice cek ini semua udah dikirim.
Menunjukkan bahwa what exactly the result of your research previously that actually impact directly to extensioning the gas, to increase the extension rate-nya apa aja sejauh ini? Is it truly an event atau apa?
No, location sih Kak yang bikin mereka extend actually.
Well, locations kan outside our control. Either we propose to BD to acquire more property, itu aja kan?
Iya benar.
Berarti apa? Yang under our control siapa to extend?
Service.
Kata tamunya apa? Service itu terlalu broad. Service apa nih? Welcome message, host introduction, atau apa? With what type of service exactly that they like from us that they see different than the other company misalkan?
I see.
Bikin program itu harus kuat risetnya dulu, Muti. Jangan langsung jump into the conclusion that we need this new tools atau we need this new framework, we need this new system. Jangan, kita harus matang dulu. Mau ngapain itu harus ada risetnya. Terakhir kan kalau nggak salah, Guys bikin survei di Google Form kan untuk tamu. About what exactly need to be improved, service katanya. Tapi service very broad. What exactly service? Karena kita mau specifically improve the service.
Room availability ya, nggak masalah. Oke. Yeah, I saw this beautiful jam. So it means berarti ada improvement dari jumlah inquiry-nya.
Yang masalah AC itu.
Salah satu.
Kenapa?
Yang tentang AC. Soalnya kadang-kadang gas itu
bukan AC, itu contoh aja. Ada beberapa ya yang aku tunggu.
Tapi seberapa banyak seperti itu?
Nah, itu nanti aku kalau memang ini aku harus
kalau random
ulang ya.
Kalau random inspection terus nemuin itu berarti cukup banyak.
Enggak, soalnya apa namanya based on the debt tools-nya itu it's improving, maksudnya efek untuk yang last month 2 months ago gitu, maksudnya working karena review automatic templates itu juga kan. Jadi kan if you remote itu jadinya harus ada reconsideration lagi, apakah memang karena itu atau memang karena lack of kayak mungkin guysnya memang nggak mau leave review atau dia gimana lupa atau gimana, itu mungkin gitu. Karena from previous month sama 2 months ago itu it's achieved gitu.
Setelah di 5 properti yang dikerjain sama konten itu, all of it is working.
Munting, is that it?
Terus, bentar Kak. Sama yang
apa namanya template yang nggak nyambung gitu. Nah kalau kita udah tahu itu, kita udah tahu bahwa sebenarnya emang template-nya itu nggak terlalu menarik atau nggak.
Ceselin paham nggak?
Aku I understood what we were discussing just now, but I have to say first that I am not very familiar with SPO. But the things that we are discussing right now, these are the inquiries that I did daily content doctor. So I was, it makes sense. It makes sense to me. The changes, yes.
Okay, makes sense ya. What about Reza? Reza paham nggak?
Paham. I understand what it's like in SPO in weekly 3 property, right?
5 to 6 property.
6, 5 under 6 property. Jadi kayak kita harus lihat improvement-nya dari property yang di SPO itu yang lebih directly-nya buat melihat ada any improvement on the any improvement to
nggak rekomendasi dulu sampan buat diisi tamu.
Rating itu apa? Yang untuk increasing check-in rating score itu action-nya tadi
improvement guideline udah ada, jadi kayak adoption aja, tinggal di adoption new guideline.
Adoption of new guideline ya.
Ya.
Terus yang kedua adalah inspection untuk implementasi dari guideline-nya itu ya.
Ya.
For review reminder.
Ya, kita harus cek lagi nomor 2 seperti apa.
Oke.
Amazon.
Nah, Amazon. Kita cek lagi, inspek lagi. Amazon pekerjaannya kapan? Kita cek kan. Cara inspeksinya gitu tapi.
Yang ribut ini long term stay, short term stay kan gitu-gitu. So it has to be specifically examined lagi.
Langsung diganti aja gitu. Template-nya diganti misalnya atau training lagi si host ini kalau nge-remind diganti template-nya gitu.
Oke, siap. Noted.
Oke. Adi?
Oke, ini lebih ke inspection sih ya, Jessica. For the inquiry analysis, I need we to settle the fixed schedule gitu loh. Mau kapan di deliver, mau kapan di analyze, and then mau kapan di announce resultnya kayak gitu sih, Just. Itu gimana?
Okay. I would say we follow the schedule that I already said previously. Emang akhir ini agak berantakan Kak, karena we have some rearrangements in SPO team. So we can follow the schedule before. I inspect every Wednesday, then I would deliver to you every Thursday.
Every Thursday, ya. Is that weekly inquiry ya, Jessica?
Tapi sebenarnya kalau inspectnya only on Wednesday, that means it's not gonna be until, ya maksudnya ideally it should be every day, right?
The inspection. Yes, I mean not the inspections itself, Jessica. I mean the inquiry analysis. Kalau inspection sih ya itu every day. But the perhitungan inquiry analysis tuh usually Jessica proceedingnya kapan? Setiap kapan?
Rabu.
Okay. Yeah, this kind of calculation, this kind of data gathering itu Jessica setiap Rabu gitu berarti.
Okay, this calculation we're waiting this week for an automated tool. Karena this is done manually kan.
Okay.
When will that be ready, Kak Bayu?
Kak Bayu isn't here anymore.
Ooh, okay. Let me bring Bayu back, yeah? I'll let you guys continue while I look for Bayu.
It should be this week. By this week, we should.
Ini karena aku kan di-assign buat awareness chapter buat hari ini. Aku bakal coba inspect dari 2 minggu ke belakang.
Oke.
Jadi minggu lalu hasil kerjaannya dari awareness aku cek yang kayak tadi metode yang tadi, sama minggu lalunya lagi aku cek. Nanti aku bikinin tabelnya kayak yang aku bikinin buat employee squad kagak nih. Jadi aku bisa evaluate. Nanti aku kasih feedbacknya lagi. Tapi aku cuma nge-introduce cara inspection yang aku bakal lakuin kayak gini untuk sementara.
Excuse me for a moment. Could I ask for Bayu? Bayu, Jessica needs you back in the other group real quick.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Right.
Vidi.
Halo. Yep. Tapi ya kalau automated kita nggak bisa ambil yang dari budget mereka. We can only take from that.
Yes.
Yes. Kabari, I was gonna ask, when are all the inquiry values gonna be attached to the inquiry? When will the data be ready?
This week we plan to have it this week. I'm going to have some discussion with Vidi to create the tool, and we will have a dashboard actually, so everyone will just see. You don't need to collect any data. Basically, what you need to know is this, right? So because we are going to calculate the revenue conversion for weekly, it means that what we are going to calculate also something that's related to this week, and it's not sales again. See, it's revenue, right? So if you can make sales, a lot of sales, but the booking is for next month, for example, or next week, it's not going to be calculated to revenue for this week because our target is for this week. So it will go the same for monthly target as well. And this is just the beginning. Basically, the beginning would be uh, will be just the total value of the booking, but later we can refine it into per day, basically for nightly rates. So we can really have an exact revenue calculation for weekly and monthly, and even if the stay is spans to another week, it will be calculated for the specific week, kayak gitu. So, Nadine, again, basically your priority is the shorter booking window. So the dates
After check-in
that's
weekly.
going to be expired, you need to prioritize that. And also there's a booking value as well. So you need to prioritize between these two, basically.
Jadi kalau weekly sales-nya itu, weekly revenue-nya itu untuk bookingan yang check-in di minggu itu ya, Pak Bayu ya?
Wait, I'm still not sure about that. I need to discuss that because actually our end target is for the monthly target. So I'm still not sure about that. Apa namanya, masalah this week atau this month. Probably this month is much better.
Yeah, because the calculation that I just report previously itu tuh yang this week didapatkan this week for this month. Walaupun ada beberapa booking yang value-nya ada yang buat bulan depan juga, tapi aku hitung dipisah gitu. Jadi untuk this month aja. Okay, yes sir.
I think this is actually something where we need to be careful, because let's say whatever we optimize, we start unoptimizing other things, right? So let's say, for example, we say the target is to achieve this weekly revenue, and there's a gigantic booking for like 3 months in June, and people go, not important. I'm going to focus on this week's revenue for like 10,000 rupiah. We don't want to do that because that would start creating a blind spot, right, Bayu? We would start focusing on what's immediate but small and missing maybe what's big but a little bit down the line. So do you think that the correct metric, this should be maybe a team management discussion as well, because we want to incentivize the right behavior, right? Not incentivize behavior that is maybe, okay, we're focused on the immediate goal, but then we don't focus on any like large market share goals, right, that are maybe more relevant. Yeah.
That would be also there will be a different stack as well in the week. There's same like the revenue calculation. There's starting revenue, basically.
Right.
So if you want the future to have bigger starting revenue, then you can work on that definitely, and bigger booking will have higher priority as well.
Yeah, I can see that maybe as actually being maybe, depending upon the BI analysis of how inquiries are coming in right now, that might even be the bigger market, right? That essentially more sales of larger value are happening, in June, July, August, and those should be prioritized before anything else, because that's when peak market share develops. Okay, I'll let Justin speak. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, we will have to chart the sales and revenue. The sales is the overall sales that converted, and the revenue is for only this week and month.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Interesting. Jocelyn or Jessica. Wait, who?
Jessica?
Did Jessica raise her hand? Oh no. Okay. Let's go to Nadine, Tendi. Do you guys have plans now for what to do this week? If you have plans, give me a thumbs up. If you're still not clear about your plans, give me a thumbs down. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Nadine. Okay. Nadine's correct, actually. Well answered, because we don't have a fixed target yet, actually. Bayu, I think, should this be determined by Nadine, or should it be determined by us, or when should we give Nadine some better direction for this?
Oh, I think it's determined already. So we
Okay.
have the monthly target
Okay.
and we have the weekly target.
Right.
So we already have the number. Basically, if we cannot achieve the weekly target, then we will never achieve the monthly target,
Probably
right?
not. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Right.
So that's your safe number right there, Nadine,
Okay.
to achieve every week, and you can even probably split that to the current existing or active inquiry that's on your deals right now, right? How you're going to prioritize to achieve that uh, target, basically. So you can do that, and we can if you want, we can schedule more in-depth like planning, uh, like a day-to-day planning on how to prioritize each inquiry and which apa sih namanya, uh, how we target for daily target, basically.
Got it.
I'm going to convert this inquiry because the value is this much, and I
Okay.
need to convert it today.
Okay.
And this one I can do that tomorrow, things like that.
Okay. Bayu, I think this topic is a vision topic, and you're probably the best person to actually set the right vision, because this is vision that then gets into BI, that then gets into an SLA. Would you be able to agree with Nadine what the target should be, and then have that as part of the plan that then gets reported over to Gunny before the end of today? Would that sound like a reasonable goal?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bayu. Thank you, Jessica. Okay. Nadine, let's just make sure that we have the plan recorded over to the CODA or the squad before the end of the day, and that we will be clear what we're going to go for in the next week. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys.
The 80,000 yang tadi, because I don't know where that number.
Oh ya,
Maksudnya,
itu
how do
makanya
you know?
kemarin itu
Oh,
masih di-inspect manual sama Jessica.
Ya.
Tapi Kak Bayu dari product development bakal tarik data Airbnb. Begitu ada inquiry, itu ada potential revenue juga.
Yeah.
Although it's not 100% accurate, because for example, if there is an inquiry with a value of 20 million, right? And then the inquiry is, can I get a discount? Then there will be a question whether the potential earning is actually 20 million or the discounted value. So that's have to be decided upon later on. But for now, it's still like that.
Team, the time in the meeting is over, I know, but you guys seem to be passionately in a discussion. I just have a question, Gunny. Do you have a plan yet for how to get the aware? There's a plan? Okay. As long as there's a plan, please just remember to record it. I've asked Tendi to also send his plans over. I'll ask Muti to send her plans over so that we can record it. And that's the first thing we'll review for the next week. You guys can remain here as long as you want, and have a nice one. I'll stop the recording here.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.